Hello and welcome to the Flipping and Wholesaling Houses in New York show. I'm Michael Pinter. I teach you how to start flipping or wholesaling houses in New York, or if you're already doing it, how to grow your business. The question was what to look for when buying a house to fix and flip on auction.com. I'm in a loud area, I'm sorry. So there's a lot to talk about when you talk about online auctions, right? When I was fixing and flipping it extensively for the first 4 years in this business, I bought a lot of properties via online auctions. It's so much to unpack. So first of all, you got to understand most properties on an online auction are going to be occupied, the vast majority. And that has two problems. Number one is that you're not going to know how much repairs you're going to need inside. And number two is you're going to have to deal with evicting tenants. And they may or may not be tenants. They might be the owners who were foreclosed on. They might be tenants who were leasing from the people who were foreclosed on. They might be squatters. Or there might be something called, what did I just see? It's called assignees or some weird thing where they were allowed to be there, but they weren't allowed to stay there. And they were allowed to move in initially. So this makes it complicated and it's hard to do. So I always figured when I bought those properties, I would need a full gut rehab. Sometimes you don't, and then you end up doing better. But things to know when you're buying on online auctions, and it really doesn't only apply to auction.com, it applies to Zome and applies to Hubzu, and there's a Hudson Star, Marshall, there's a bunch of websites. And I bought from auction.com, Hubzu, and Zome, XOME. So you need to know that dealing with the actual purchase is not simple. There are pros and cons, right? The advantage is that you have to put down a relatively small deposit. In the rest of the country, it seems like a big deposit, but it's only 3%. So buying something for $300,000, you got to put less than $10,000 down. So that's number one. Number two is they're crazy. The people that handle the transaction, no one uses a brain. They're outsourced to people who just want you to give me X document. If you don't give me X document in 24 hours, I'm going to cancel the sale. That has happened to me several times. Crazy situations like that. So you need to be on top of getting those documents. And I would say as soon as you get into contract, they usually want you to close within 3 weeks. So you better if you're getting financing, get your financing in order. And I would get in touch try and contact the tenants immediately as soon as you're in contract. And that's what you need to know. It's hard to find a good deal because you are competing with every other fixer and flipper. This is open public information. They do ask you to put a hold or put a deposit on for $2,000 or $2,500. So that does keep some of the people out. But in general, it's an open auction, right? And for 4 years I bought at auctions, live auctions and online auctions. But I stopped doing it because you can't control whether you're going to buy the property or not, because other people can bid higher than you want to pay. And I felt like it was impossible to scale the business at that level because I never knew how many properties I was going to buy. So that was my opinion on auction.com. So it could be a source for a good deal. It's just that you're competing with a lot of people. And also what happens a lot is that you win the auction and then you don't get the property because it didn't meet the reserve. So that happens all the time. They usually don't disclose a reserve on auction.com, and then you bid and it says congratulations to the highest bidder. It still has to be approved by the lender, and then it doesn't get approved. So you'll see properties come up 20 times. 20 times. You see the auction, somebody wins the auction, lender says I'm not taking that money. It's so stupid why they don't simply disclose the reserve or give an idea of the reserve, so that if that reserve is much more than you want to pay, you won't even bid on it. But they don't do that, and I think it's another reason why, for me, it's a huge time waster because I get into it and I have to watch it, and I'd rather not go near it. But if you're looking for a first deal, it's a decent source. It's not going to be half as good as either buying from a wholesaler that you know or going direct to seller. So on that regard, I would say it may not be the best way to do it, but you could. I've bought properties there and I've done well. I hope this was helpful. If you want information on how I can help you, go to howtoflipnewyork.com. If you're interested in coaching, go to coaching.howtoflipnewyork.com. If you like these videos, please click like. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe and keep the comments coming. This came from a comment. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you.